MUSH sector. So far today we've done really well. We're over behind the, in front of the Zellers here. We got a lot of traffic. As you can see, there's a lot of people out here today. We've got quite a good response. I know that the one of the newspapers has already came, and the radio station is planning on coming. We had Candy Vilnius had hosted a rally on Wednesday, and as you can see, lots of support. So we're going to continue on, and we're also going to head down closer to into town, and we're going to march to the CAS office as well. So it seems like it's going to be.
Kenneth Reed, I'm from Petawawa, Ontario, and I'm here for the Ombudsman oversight and Bill 42.
And I'm here to help all the families out there that are having problems with CAS. They have to be accountable for their actions, and it's about time, and that's why I'm here.
My name's Candy Vilnius, and I'm here today to support Bill 142, as I believe that it affects everybody and their families who are involved with it.
My name is Jennifer McCracken, and I'm here to support the Bill 42 and to also support a dear friend.
My name is Diane Point, and I have a daughter that's over my children's age. I'm just here trying to help the next family from all this happening.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm here protesting and trying to get support for ombudsman oversight. The Children's Aid is not what they profess to be. There's a lot more going on with the Children's Aid than what the public are aware of, and it's time that the truth came out. It's time that the public knew the truth. The CAS has been fighting accountability and ombudsman oversight now for many, many, many years, and the bottom line is, if they're not doing anything wrong, they should be open arms to having that kind of oversight, and they are absolutely refusing it. So, you know, you're looking after vulnerable children. Of all organizations that require oversight in this country, that should be at the top of the list. So that's all we're asking for. Give us ombudsman oversight for these children's aid societies, and let the ombudsman find out the truth about children's aid societies and make the public aware of what's really going on with this
My name
organization.
is Kristen,
Okay.
and this is my stroller I never got to use, as my daughter was apprehended from the hospital 2 days after she was born. I never got to bring her home, so I never got to use this. This is sitting in my basement collecting dust.
If you hear stories coming out of family court, you would think that they were making it up. The stories coming out of the family court sounds like something you would hear from Hollywood. But unfortunately, the reality of it is that these stories are true. Children's Aid Society also go against the laws of Ontario. Children's Aid Society is nothing but a private organization. You know that statistically safer to join the military than to go to Afghanistan than it is to be in the hands of the Children's Aid Society. From 2006 to 2011, 151 members of Canadian forces died in Afghanistan fighting for our children. However, 612 children died in the hands of CAS. It makes you wonder where the real war is. Children's Aid Society need to be accountable for our actions. We can only get this with the support from you people for the ombudsman oversight.
Well, the question is, how many people know that it's more likely for you to die in foster care than in Afghanistan? That's right. It is statistically safer to be a soldier in Afghanistan than it is to be a child in the care of your local children's aid. From 2006 to 2011, 151 soldiers died in Afghanistan from our Canadian military. In the same time period, 612 innocent children died in Ontario's Children's Aid Society. Your silence is your consent. You should... and sign our petition for oversight of Children's Aid Society. Children are dying. Children are being abused. Children are being drugged. There are third world countries where children are safer because you would rather be there than be in the care of a Children's Aid Society on most occasions. Children are being apprehended from loving homes by unregistered and unlicensed social workers and being placed into homes where children are being sexually abused. Children are being sexually abused, they're being killed, they're being murdered in foster care, and not one person is being held accountable for this. And your silence is your consent. Your consent to the massive amounts of abuse, the consent to 100 children every year that die in their care. Please sign our petition for oversight of Children's Aid Society. We're not asking to abolish them, we're just asking them to be accountable. Accountable when a child dies. Accountable when a family gets destroyed unnecessarily. Please stop and sign our petition. Your silence is your consent, and if you're not involved, you're not immune. I've spoken to workers, former CAS workers that are afraid to speak out themselves because they're afraid of their own children getting taken. These people are not acting in the best interest of children as they should be. These people are doing the opposite. They don't care about the best interests of the children, they care about the best interests of themselves. They're taking the life out of the children by doing this. And for what? For an extra bit of money. That's all it is. And not only that, it makes them more docile. It makes them easier to deal with. And that is the reason. That is one of the main reasons. There are two reasons for putting children on psychotropic drugs. One of them is money, the other is it makes them docile and easier to handle. But it has nothing to do with the best interest of those children. Basically, there is a psychologist from Toronto. She's in a video, a documentary called Powerful as God. And in this documentary, she fully admits that she went to the group home where over 95% of the children were placed on psychotropic drugs, and she couldn't figure out why. These children did not need to be on these psychotropic drugs. They had no mental disorders. But the psychologist would look at these children, and she would take them off the drugs, and they would get better. The only conclusion she could come up with was that these children were being placed on these drugs to be docile and easier to handle, and they make more money. $300 per day per child. What can you do for your child for $71 a day? Can you possibly enroll them in sports or organized activities, or can you maybe, give them more clothing or better food or better experience in life? Of course you could. But if you don't have enough money for those organized sports, Children's Aid Society society may actually take those children away from you because they call it parental neglect. The parental neglect term is so overused, it's insane. These children are getting apprehended for as little as homeschooling, and then they're placed into homes where they get sexually abused. They get raped in foster care. They die. It's statistically safer to be a soldier in Afghanistan than a child in care. Please stop and sign our petition for oversight of children's needs. How many people know that children's aid societies are private corporations?
Sorry.
Nobody knows.
How many people know that 100 children every year die in the Children's Aid Society's care? More than it's statistically safer for you to join the military than it is to be a child in the care of your local children's aid. How many people know that Children's Aid Society workers are unregistered and unlicensed to practice social work? How many people know that these private corporations are breaking the law every day? Over and over again. Over and over and over again. Your silence is your consent. Children's Aid Societies are private corporations. They're not government. And over 100 children every year die in their care. From 2006 to 2011, 612 innocent children died in the care of a Children's Aid Society, but yet not one CAS worker or staff member was ever held accountable for any of these deaths. These are children that will never see another Christmas. They will never be able to tell their family they love them. They will never be able to do anything ever again because they're not here with us. And it's because the Children's Aid Society made that happen. Children are being abused. Children are being beaten and raped and molested and all this stuff. And you know what? It has to do with the Children's Aid Society. That's because the Children's Aid Society is not operating that children. All of the workers in that building right there from Family and Children's Services. If you look outside your windows, you will see all of these people outside. And what we are doing today is we are exposing your lies and deceit. We are exposing your unlawful and immoral actions that you guys do on a regular basis. We are exposing to the public the massive amounts of child abuse that you guys are responsible for on a regular basis. The groups that are involved today, Canada Human Watch, Kingston and Quinny Citizens for Accountability, and the Ontario Coalition for Accountability, we are all across Ontario. And what we do is we expose the lies, deceit, immoral, and unlawful actions that you people